An alpha knows his weaknesses. An alpha is a man who knows that he needs some help. He knows what he needs. It's not this guy that goes around beating his chest all the time that he's running everything, and because he makes a certain amount of money, he can do whatever he wants to do, and I can go out here and just cheat on you and treat you like crap, and you're supposed to just be fine with it because you get to get your hair and nails on every Thursday. Hey guys, we're back with another video. Enough said. Today we got a video from Crew Season, who are quickly becoming some of our favorite.
Love Crew Season.
Yeah, I like that perspective.
Yeah.
Today they're talking about a man making all the decisions in a marriage. Does that work? And definitely something I think we need to talk about, and we will definitely break that down. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
A lot of men nowadays, I hear a lot of older men, especially in the red pill community. Hey, whatever I say goes. She needs to just follow suit and sit at the house, cook my meals, and
that's why a lot of them are bums for real.
And I want to go fuck these other women.
And that's why a lot of them
just deal with it and be at the house
with them for real
and do this. And
got
then
a lot of language.
whenever I come home, she needs to just drop her panties. And then when I get bored, she don't offer nothing to me because she don't bring nothing to the table, and I'm the prize. Marriages.
Well, very good point. Very, very good point. Listen, we're not red pill content creators and nothing like that. No shade to that community. I agree with a lot of their talking points, but I am a happily married man, and I understand how this works. After 22 years of marriage, I understand how it works. And we've said it before. A lot of people talk that stuff, and they ain't been married. Either not been married, had failed marriages, you can't stay married. You know, like... In the course of a marriage, I don't have the time, first of all, to make every decision in this house. I can't do that. That's why I need her. There's no question who the leader of this home is. Yes, I am the head of this home. She will admit to that. Yes?
Yes.
Absolutely. However, she is my helpmate. We are Christians. She is what God gave to me to help me lead this family. Without her, I can't do this. I can't do it. It's just too much. I can't carry the emotional load of this home and the physical and the financial and all the things that come along with it. It's just nuts to me how people will look at something and really, really think that works in a real world scenario. Mm-mm. You know, I always talk about, on my job, I talk about theory and practice. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that work in theory. And in theory, you got this alpha male mentality like he talks about later on in the video. I think he got cut off there. Talks about this alpha mentality and this and that and I do believe there are alpha males. I do believe that, but an alpha knows his weaknesses. An alpha is a man who knows that he needs some help. He knows what he needs. It's not this guy that goes around beating his chest all the time that he's running everything, and because he makes a certain amount of money, he can do whatever he wants to do, and I can go out here and just cheat on you and treat you like crap, and you're supposed to just be fine with it because you get to get your hair and nails on every Thursday and not have to work. That's crazy to me.
That's real crazy.
That's absolutely nuts. It is the wrong mentality to have. And if you truly want to be married, if you want to be divorced and by yourself and just have a rotation of women that don't really care about you, then sure, keep that mentality. That's what you will have. You have all your money. You have all your time to yourself. You have a rotation of women who just want you for your resources, just want to be on your arm, but you won't truly have companionship. If you're good with that, then cut this video off and go about your life. But if you want to be married to a woman that actually loves and respects you, you have to understand that there's a mentality that goes along with that, and that don't work with what that man's talking about. And he said from experience, he tried it. It didn't work. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think one of the most endearing things in our relationship is that you allow me to have a voice. And you know kind of how I grew up. I felt like I didn't really have one, but knowing that I'm married to someone that values my input, you pick my brain all the time. You're like, well, hey, babe, what do you think about this? And it's not that you need to run things past me, and that's not what I'm saying at all.
I do, though.
Well,
sometimes I do.
Well, sometimes you do, but what I'm saying is because you're very capable of making decisions for our family. You do it all the time. That's why you're the leader of this family. But what I am saying is it's nice to know that my opinion and my viewpoint is valued to the point where before you make like a major decision, you are consulting me. You're like, what do you think about this? How are you seeing this? And I take that very seriously because I never want to steer our family wrong. I never want to put a seed in your head that's going to steer us in a bad direction. So I'm always on my face before God, and I'm always, trying to strategize and think of ways to improve myself, so that when it is time for me to kind of assist or help, that I'm ready for it. So it's wonderful because I know I'm valued, and that's a great feeling.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Why would you not value a good woman? A woman has earned her stripes. 22 years, the woman see me at my best and at my absolute worst. And
vice versa.
Absolutely. So I just don't understand it, and I understand that there are a lot of hurt people out there. I don't want to dismiss that. I don't want to dismiss the fact that a lot of men have been hurt. I don't want to dismiss the fact that a lot of women have been hurt.
Absolutely.
But I understand what it takes to get down the road in a marriage. We understand that. We get that. And I do believe in leadership, and I do believe that there has to be a lot of demarcation there somewhere. Somebody has to make the decisions. I get that, but at some point, we have to come together, and that's what's required out of a married couple. You have to come together.
Yeah.
And we're so polarized now. You got the women on this side screaming this, the men on this side screaming that, and that was actually the catalyst for us starting this channel. Like, we got to meet these people. We got to meet somewhere in the middle. Like, we got to figure this thing out. We got to balance this equation out, because nobody's coming to the middle. Everybody's over there throwing rocks at each other from the other side, and nobody's talking.
Anarchy.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and our families, the marriage rate, all that stuff is suffering because of it. Now,
Our society is suffering because of the family structure. I mean, it is. You can believe what you want to believe, but that is the truth. We fix the family, we fix our society.
Yes. And I think a number one talking point of the red pill community is that marriage is no longer attainable for men. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. However, another talking point of the red pill community is that women need to choose better. I agree. And so do you. And so do you, my young friend. You need to choose better also. If you truly want a family and you want to do it, I can have a family and not get the government involved. That's totally on you. Totally on you. But over here, that piece of paper means something to me. That means I committed to something. Legally, I'm vested. I don't get to just grab my stuff and walk out the door anytime I want to and leave another broken family. So I think that's something that needs to be discussed. No shade to the red pill community.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand what they're saying to a degree, and I understand even what the women are saying to a degree. But we gotta have some balances to this conversation. Men aren't degenerate pigs, and women aren't just gold digging women. There are those people within those communities, but
there's always an outlier.
And even if it was, people like, that's a lot of women. Well, it only takes 51% to make it a majority. So, you can have 49% of men that are pigs, but that don't mean the majority of men are.
And that's true.
So
looking at stats.
You want to play with the numbers. Let's talk numbers then. And so I think this is a good conversation to have, and I love that Crew Season is having those conversations.
Yeah.
And I've literally watched them grow. Like that, it's a really, really great podcast they got going on. I highly recommend you guys subscribe
Absolutely.
to. But
fellow Texas natives.
That's right, they are.
They're in Texas, yeah.
So I think with that, that's enough said.